and welcome. My name's Jenny McCormack and I am a Stampin Up demonstrator. I live in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire, and that is here in the UK. Good morning and thank you for joining us. It is Monday the 18th of August 2025. Thank you for joining us for our crafting session this morning. There will be a follow-up crafting session for this particular set of products on Thursday evening, and you can also find me live here on a Wednesday morning at 10 AM. Our new stamp set of the week. So if you're not aware, I choose a stamp set each week to focus on. Sometimes it's not stamp set, it might be something else, it might be masks, it might be papers, but this week we're working with Encircled With Love, that you can see here. This is in our annual catalogue. It's £19 and it features some great sentiments that you can use on the front or the inside of cards, or on gift cards, things like that, and it works perfectly well with our punches. It does also have a matching punch, which is 1 7/8 of an inch, but if you've got existing dies or larger punches, then it will work with those perfectly. So my plan is to show you our design for coffee and card, and on Thursday I'll do some stepped up work with these stamps. I've stamped this out already. I've stamped this in Secret C because I thought it would show up really nicely on the screen. So there are 7 stamps altogether, and these are complete. So we've got With Love, Thank You, A Little Something For You, You're On My Mind and In My Heart, Way to Go, Happy Birthday Wishes, and then there's a little Sorry, which is just a flower and the word sorry underneath with no circle involved. It's £19 as I remember, and it's in the annual catalogue, and they put it together with a new punch which wasn't available at the start of the catalogue but now is. It's just a straightforward circle punch. It's 1 7/8 of an inch. I'll just have I got a spare piece of card when you need one. So if I punch this out, you can see that it fits the Way to Go. There's a little bit of a border on You're On My Mind. It fits the With Love and the back of the bird, and the Thank You with a little border, a little something for you with a bigger border, and then Happy Birthday Wishes. So if you've got any of our other punches, so I've pulled out 1 3/4 inch and 2 inches. Obviously they will work, excuse me, the smaller ones will work obviously with the smaller circle sentiments. You could also, if you wanted just the present, for example, grab a 1 inch punch. Let me just measure that across there. Helps if I get the ruler all the way around. So across the centre, that's about 2.5 centimetres. So a 1 inch punch, possibly a 3/4 inch punch or 7/8 of an inch punch. If you want to just cut out the present and use that on its own. You could use 2 punches together and punch out the centre of one of these and then the outline to get a little something for you without the centerpiece. So there's lots of variations. You could do the same with this one. Okay, or if you've got dies, you could obviously cut selective elements out with the die. So if you've got a little circle die, and the same for this one. So something nice and easy for coffee and card this week. And let me grab some paper. So we're going to be using, and we'll have some other selections of colours, but I've chosen today some of our in colours, mainly because this is on offer at the moment at 15% off. So I've got some papers in Strawberry Slush, I've got Secret Sea, and there's some other Strawberry Slush ones here. So these come from our Designer Series paper packs that have all of the different colour families. So let's grab a card, and I've got some matching coloured cards. So what I'm going to do is stamp my sentiment, punch it out, and then punch out a larger circle with the coordinating colour card. So let's get that sorted. Not quite sure which of those panels I'm going to use yet. So let's stamp. Let's have, I think a thank you, because I desperately need some thank you cards. So let's do that. So the thank you is a nice solid stamp. Works particularly well with dark colours, as you would guess. Let's pop that on a block. And I'm going to stamp, let's do that in Secret Sea. Just standing here looking for the inks, which I had right in front of me literally 30 seconds ago. Okay. That is so weird how things can disappear when I even put them ready. Okay, have I buried them over here? No. Okay. As luck would have it, I have another Secret Sea ink pad. She says. How does that even happen? Oh, that's crazy, folks. Oh, there they are, under my gems. So I got the gems out already, because that's got a nice Secret Sea on it. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Good morning to you. That looks like Caroline has joined us. Good morning, Caroline. I hope you're well, and I hope you had a good weekend. It's a bit cooler this morning, which is probably no bad thing. Okay, right, okay, take two. Dear, dear. So, Secret Sea, I'm going to do this as a thank you. So I'll just show you those sentiments, Caroline. So nice bold sentiments in this particular stamp set. With love, thank you, something for you, birthday, way to go, great for exam results, obviously. You're on my mind, in my heart, little sorry, and as I say, a little something for you. So I'm going to use this thank you, like so. There we go, so it comes out really nicely. If you've got a brand new ink pad, you might find this a little too much ink for a solid stamp like this, and if that is the case, just get a spoon or a bone folder, and on the ink pad just smooth the ink to one side. It'll settle itself back again. So let's cut this out and let's see which is going to fit it best. So I've got 1 7/8. I'm just going to slide it in. So that gives me a little white border, which I'm quite happy with. Okay. I'm then going to punch out the next size up with the Secret Sea card, and this is 2 inches, so there'll be a small border. So what I'll do for coffee and card is I'll bring all of those sort of size circle punches. Let me put it on here, you can see it a little bit better. So there we get that nice sort of double border. Okay, so I've got assorted panels of Secret Sea. So these have got, there's 4 different designs. So we've got this sort of watercolour sky design, and on the reverse of that it's got those lovely flowers. That's the same for this in Strawberry Slush. And then the other design has got these leaves on, and on the back it's got that sort of watercolour dashed look. So any of these are going to work on our cards. Let's go for, am I going to go flowers? Oh, actually the leaves would be really nice because it's got leaves in here. So you've got various choices when you're putting this together, especially for coffee and cards. So you can place your panel in the middle if you wish and put your design centrally. You could put this to one side, and this goes as well, landscape as you know as well, and have this one here. The other thing you could do, as I'll take my trimmer with me, is you could trim that edge off so that this piece is sort of hanging over. I'll do that on one of these, actually I'll do it on this one. So let's put this layer together. I'm going to put that on with dimensionals, which I also just had to hand. I need a better system when I put these things on my table. Maybe I need to put them in a big box to the side of me and not on my table. Okay. I'm just using mini dimensionals because they're the ones that I found first. Normally I would use large dimensionals for this. Okay, so that's going to go onto our backing. As long as it's fairly central. The nice thing about circular sentiments is you can just turn them round to correct them, if you know what I mean. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stick this layer down, and then I'm going to trim the edge off. I'm going to stick with the flowers because I do like the flowers, I have to say. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the left hand side, and I've already trimmed it down so there is a small margin, but you could just use these come as 6 by 6 inch pieces of paper, so 15 centimeters give or take. You could have the strip go all the way down and then just trim the bottom bit off. What I'm going to do is grab my trimmer and give myself a little border and trim that edge off, like so. And then I'm going to put my thank you just over the edge, like that, just for something different. But as I say, you could put it centrally. You could put it centrally and put another strip of paper there if you wanted to, because I have, this is the offcut. So you could certainly do that. Okay, so I'm going to put this, I'm going to glue this down, but I only want it on half. Okay, so there's lots of different ways of doing this, but what I would do is make sure it's fairly central and just mark with a pencil, which I can't see. Not my day today, is it? Again, let me just use this pen. and I'm just going to mark it sort of slightly inside of my line because that's going to be hidden, so that I know the glue needs to stick to this left hand side panel. So grab my glue. So I'm going to put it on there, and then what I'm going to do is just put a small line of glue on here, right on the edge, so that it doesn't have the tendency to peel away if I haven't put enough glue on, if that makes any sense. So I want it inside of the card, obviously. So this is what I could do, is measure top and bottom and put the glue on that piece, but there we go. So there we go, with one card. And then let's do one in Strawberry Slush, but with these leaves, although I could use, yeah, I'm just going to use the leaves. So this time I'm going to do With Love, this one here with the little, yes, with the little bird. So I'm going to use this panel for my Strawberry Slush. I think I've got enough space to stamp it in here. I do like nice, bold, crisp stamps. So this is, you know, it's got some nice bold text, and obviously these have got the background, which really makes it pop. Here's my postman, and let's grab, did I say With Love, didn't I? Let's put the other one away so I don't lose it. Just going to wipe that down whilst I remember. Okay, so this is With Love. Going to stamp that on there. Anything else? And let's punch this one out. So let me see. This is 1 7/8 again, which is quite big. So I'm going to go down 1 to this one, which is 1 3/4. See if that fits it. I don't want to cut his tail off, that's for sure, but I want it central in there. Now I've used a circle punch, but there'd be nothing to stop you using any of our shaped punches. You know, any of the tag punches, for example. Just because it's a circle doesn't mean you have to use that. Okay, and let's grab a card. I thought there were 2 there. Okay, now I'm just wondering, rather than put this on the top, I'm going to punch out a larger aperture if the punch will fit far enough down to make it look sense. Otherwise I could come in from the left or the right. Let me see. So what I want to see is how far, so this is 1 3/4, so I want 1 7/8 or 2 inches. I'm going to go for to. And what I want to see is how far in. Obviously if you're using dies, you could place this anywhere. Yeah, I think that would work. I'll just have a look from the top as well. Okay, let's attach this. I'm going to put this centrally this time round. Obviously you could fill the whole of the card front. I just cut some of these ready at 3 inches because it gives me maximum opportunity for coffee and card. It means, you know, there's more pieces to go around. I think I'm going to go that side, and I am going to add my strawberry slush layer as well. So let's place this down. So I'm going to centralize this on my card. Like so. And then, what did I have? 2 inches, didn't I? Just going to see, yep. Okay, so I'm going to push this down as far as I can reach it on my card, and I'm centralizing it here and here, and then punching that out as an aperture there. And then my With Love is going to go on the backing. Could use that if I was clever, but I actually want a bit of a contrast, so I'm going to just punch out. And this one can be larger again if I wanted to. I'm just going to stick with 2 inches. So basically what you'll see, if I just place that there, is that. In the right position, like that. Okay, so I'm going to pop that on dimensionals, and then the other layer will be flat, so I don't want it to get stuck in the aperture. So you can just literally stamp and punch, put it on the top, but I'm just showing you a few other ways. And as I say, if you have dies, you could certainly use dies. And you don't have to have just one. You could have 3 different sentiments, for example, or 3 the same. Hi Zoe, thanks for joining us this morning. Haven't caught up with you for a long time, so I hope you're well, and I hope the family is well. Okay, so there is my aperture using the strawberry slush piece here, and that is going to go on the inside to line up with that. So I find, and there's lots of different ways about it, but this circle here is slightly larger than my aperture. So what I'm going to do is find a pencil and just draw around that, so that when I place this, I can make sure that it's in roughly the right position. And I just need to find a pencil this morning. I seem to have got everything else. Oh, there we go. So just a light pencil mark around there. Okay, that will give me the positioning. Now you could just stamp your sentiment in there and not have the layers if you wanted to. Alright, but I'm going to position mine on there. So let's add some glue. So this is going to go flat on here. So don't forget the in colours for this year, so 2025 through to 2027, so that includes the Strawberry Slush, the Secret Sea, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling and Cloud Cover, although you can't get the Cloud Cover ink. They're all on 15%, so whether it's the card, whether it's the ink pads, the blends pens, or some of the papers that include those colours. So let's pop that on there. I for one will be doubling up on my ink pads. Okay, so just going to position this here. And as I say, you could make this backing piece larger if you wanted to, or you could stamp through the aperture. So lots of different options for this. This is our simple set of cards for Coffee and Card. So there we go. And if you wanted to, you could add other bits and pieces on here, so some flowers, things like that. I would stamp it beforehand, but what I'm going to do is I can add some bling to that, and I can do the same here with our thank you card with the Secret Sea. Let me just do that because I had the bling right in front of me, didn't I? I think I have a magic desk. I've decided. So these are perfect for this one here. I'm going to keep this one plain, and because this has got the flowers in, it could be a little bit more feminine. And I'm just going to grab my take your pick tool and pop some of these on. Now you could use contrasting colours, of course. Shall I put them in the flowers? Maybe I will. Yes, so let's use a larger one in the centre of these flowers. Put one there and here. And that's it, we're done. Not sure whether you can see that bling shining on there. I can see it, but I'm never quite sure what the camera picks up. So there we go. So the stamp set is called Encircled With Love. It's from our annual catalogue. It's £19. It's got 7 beautiful stamps. They are larger than you see here, which is why I tend to stamp them out so that I've got an index sheet of how they've stamped. And I always recommend when you buy a new stamp set is to ink them up and use them straight away. That way you get a better feel for them, and also if you use them you're more tempted to pick them up and use them again. Something psychological. New stamp set, you've got to use it. It's like papers. You need to be using them. Don't sit there looking at them. So there we go. That's our stamp set of the week. And this is what we'll be doing at Coffee and Card in Brackley tomorrow, Tuesday morning, Friday afternoon, and next Monday in Toaster. So I hope you can join me. You'll see lots of variations of these. They do a wonderful job at Coffee and Card, as you'll have seen from my Facebook reels. After each session I upload photographs of most, not always all of them, most of the cards, so you can see lots of variations. People come up with all sorts of things that I wouldn't have come up with. So thank you so much everyone. Do take care. I hope you have a great day. I've got a busy day ahead. That's nothing unusual for me, and I look forward to crafting with you again. Hopefully I'll see you Wednesday morning. Thank you so much, and bye for now. Caroline says she comes on a Tuesday. She can't wait to make them. So there you are. You got the heads up, Caroline. You could be thinking what you might do with those. Thank you so much everyone. Have a great day. Do take care. Look after yourselves. Look after your loved ones. And please keep crafting. Bye for now.